Zangief. Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time! Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punch counter. All right. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. The impact gets blocked. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Throw misses. Not much drive to work with at the moment. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. All right, what's coming up next? Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. Yoga fire there. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Player goes for the super art. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. Gets some. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Brushes off the impact. Gets the jump in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Drive rush to keep it going. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 has the right lead. Can they use it? Smart play with the throw. Doing some quick planning. Breaks the block with a throw. Going in. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Hits them with a stopping block. Yoga KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Immediate jump in. It's time for meets the jump in with a perfect parry. Grabs and throws them away. Ooh, what a smart throw. Blood anti-air. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Pumps the brakes on the impact. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? Crowns them from above. The drive impact doesn't work. Burns out. Player 1 is in burnout state. Nothing stops this train. Bazooka throws them in the minefield. They've got about half life left. Player 2 is mounting a comeback. What else is up their sleeve? Sets up with the jump in. Wood knocks them out of the air. Teleport. This is gonna hurt. Player 2 is in a very... Oh my god, they just choked it up. Blink out. This is a critical moment. Sunburn! Going supernova! Pulls them in! It is over! Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win!
First online, custom room. Zangief. Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Show me everything you have.
I am the prize of the Shiranui.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Well-timed command throw there. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. The drive rush to try and keep up, it brings out the super art. How's it gonna work out for them? Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Takes a trip. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Who will capitalize on an opening first? KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Big low reaching heavy. Scrapping it out up close. They quickly get back into the corner, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Time to shatter some life bars and dreams. Hope you like gardening, cause you're about to be planted. Heavy punch sends them flying. Medium experiencing burnout. Noticeable life lead as it connects with the throw. Going in, player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. A jump in, back into the corner. What setups do they have? They're in range. We gonna see a jump in, a dash, closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Body of iron.
Fight round. Fight.
Opens with a fire, but pause nothing but air. Medium kick hits. Shows the medium kick. The big bang or something low heavy. Not in range for the throw zone. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Connects with the throw. Throws a forward rush. They're in the corner. Reach out and hug them. All in with a rush. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 2 with the rhythm. The low kick hit. Sets up with the jump in. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Noticeable life lead is a tough. Oh, yo! Wow, super hit. What a statement with that fireball. Do they have what it takes? Links it. They were sitting on their feet for this super art. I called it. I called it. They are done. Player 1 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Throws off the control set for some mind game. Big throws. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Reads them. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. What's the play here? Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? A little too greedy there. Taking stock. Life lead is opening up, but that just heats it up with a combo into super. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball. Medium kick hits. Gets the parry in. Looking to plant him with a pile driver. Going in. Their spacing is springs forward with the drive rush. Grabs and throws him away. What'll happen here? Drive rush to keep it going. Hits them with a stop and block. Player, they can't squander this punish counter chain. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Fight round. Fight.
Immediate jumping. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? That combo looking to plant him with a pile driver. Going in, the punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big hits. Fine, turning it up to an 11. Player 2, oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Oh, the throw connects. Player 1 is looking at Sid Reed. A real test of nerves here.
Stay down.
Player 2, their dizzy hit is over. Player 2 faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Medium kick hits. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 2 with the life lead. Starts off zoning with Fireball. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. All right. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Life lead opens up. The big play does it. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mai. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Nice double lariat. Brushes that off and keeps going. Risky up-close scrap still going. And experiencing burnout. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. This can lead to some big damage. Forward rush. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
The low. This is it. Connects with the throw. Hits the drive. Overhead. Throws him. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Blind Toho burnout. Did they mean to do that? Ooh, what a smart throw. Gets it the perfect fireball range. Sets up with the jump in. Screw pile driver. There's no escape. What now? Player 2 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Still wraps it up with a throw. Player 1 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. The overhead denied.
Stay down.
Big throws. The big bang Kachota comes out. Neither of them willing to back off. Player 2 with the life lead. Backs them into the corner. Decides to go in with the target combo. Opts for the throw. Knockdown. Goes for the fireball. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Life lead opens up. Anything could happen here. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. Oh, burnout KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 springs forward with the drive rush. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Looking for a chance. Doesn't mid-target lock and scoop. Solid anti-air.
Stay down.
This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. KO. Player 2 played with a lot of heart to pull off a tremendous win. Definitely one to watch. Oh, we're not done yet. Looks like they're both warmed up. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Player one has the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Pressuring them in the corner. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Sticks the combo. Taking stock. Where's their opener? Yo, put that away. Throws a beefy in there. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Takes a trip. Springs forward with the drive rush. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. What'll happen here? There's a change of sides. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Their spacing is so on drive rush to keep it going. Grabs and throws them away. A quick breather. Links it! Perfect tech! Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. They continue to battle it out in the experiencing burnout. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Gotta do better than that. The Big Bang Kachoshin comes out. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. Both fighters planning something? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Opts for the critical art!
Witness my full might. No mercy, no remorse. Warrior. My wrestling is unstoppable.
Player two! Raw super art income. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Work out there.
Final round. Fight.
And easy. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. The last round could have gone either way, and now we have ourselves a real match. Anything can happen, so expect the unexpected. Connects with the throw. Clint, this is gonna hurt. Gutsy, reach out and hug him. What's next? What are they gonna do? Impact, squashed. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Drive parry. Burns out. All the throw connects. Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some mid-hop, nothing but air. There's a burnout. Great job in escaping the passions out the gate right there. Will they go all in without drive? Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? A lot of pressure building up here. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final throw heavy with authority. Player two was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Gets the combo. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player one needs to deal with this. Goes to the super art to try and create a good opportunity here. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Takes a trip. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player one can't afford to get hit again, but KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player two did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their grounding. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. So, what's drive rush to keep it going? Knockdown and Shows a medium kick. Medium kick hits. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Leg sing! Not much life left, but their drive usage... Low heavy! Headbutt! The low's blocked! Presses for a reaction with a fireball. A trade! Now what? All in with a rush! What's next? Who's gonna take it? What are they gonna... A fireball at that range? Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry, both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps in. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out. This is getting bad. What are they gonna do? So they break forward to pressure the opponent from up above. KO! Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Hits with the overhead. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Lighting up the skies with I don't know why. Player 1 needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. Risky up-close scrap still going. Going in. Headbutt. Clean parry. Big time whip. The low kick hits. Jumps. All in with a rush. Escapes the corner. Throws out the jump, betting it all on the drive rush. Sprint hits that with confidence. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Blocks the low kick. The drive impact doesn't closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight!
I anticipated that throw. Pokes with a medium kick. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Burnout activates. Barely blocks the jump in. Player 1 target locked and scoop. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Taking chunks out of each other here. Player 2, the throw connects. What's next? Stun. Bad news is on the way. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. A jump in? What are they gonna do? Player 1 knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Blocks the low kick. Throws him. Player 2 is in a very good all-in with a rush. The drive impact doesn't work. Sees the overhead coming. Nice fireball. Reads the jump in perfectly. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Excellent block. They're in range. We gonna throw heavy. What will be the follow-up here? Grabs them. Critical art is on deck. Drive impact. Player 2. Clean.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
I am the bride of the Shiranui.
Round 1. Fight!
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Throw whips. Opts for the throw. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Starts with a jump in. Next up, goes for the low kick. The throw is escaped. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Taking stock. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Okay, they trade hits. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Yo, put that away! Heading into the end game now, springs forward with the drive rush. The pressure is so intense here. Throws them. What's next? They were expecting that drive impact. Shoots off a fireball up close. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Oh, what's this? A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Nice double lariat. A parry? Pokes with a medium kick. Throws a beefy drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Grabs and throws him away. A quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Zones with the fireball. So, what's next? The big bang Kachoshin springs forward with the drive rush. Drive rush to keep it going. Gets carried, looking to plant him with the power. No escaping that. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Sticks the combo. Still slugging it out here. Well-timed command throw there. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Grabs them. Taking stock. Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Parries the attack. In a dire situation, with super art activated, expect something big here. Throws a beefy Kachose. Pokes with a medium kick. Checks him with a projectile. Jumps. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Does a good job of pushing back. They were right to be on. They were not cleared for takeoff. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Smart play with the throw. Jumps up. Wrapping it out up close, looking to plant him with a pile driver. Going in. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Player burnout triggered. Player one will have looking to impress with this super. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner. Uses the gauge for a super art. Connect experiencing burnout. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Calm down, guys. A quick breather. Player two drops them to half, closing the gap. Will they go all in without drive? Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Hug nothing but air. Get them with a quick low kick. Ooh, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Saw that low heavy coming. Ooh, with a hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Trying to figure out who will make the first move here. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. They get driven into the wall. Breaking adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Experiencing burnout. Getting into the KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Long, low attack hits. Throws them. What's next? Fireball from Gary springs forward with the drive rush. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Not close enough for the throw. Player one, burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player one, burnout activates. Grabs and throws them away. Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Lighting up the skies because they don't know why. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Jumps in. Gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Oh my, the throw tech! Are we gonna see a comeback here? Baits out the low kick! Looks like they both want to stay out of the claw critical. What's gonna happen? Hope licks it! KO! Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? No heavy? Alright. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The low heavy hits. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. Combo with the target combo. Gets the parry in and adds some low heavy for the win. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Throws him. What's next? Fireball from very long. What's next here? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Still slugging it out. Are you serious? They had a read on that jump in the whole time? Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Gets scooped from the... This could be something. Going in. Looking for a hole. Player 1 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a drive rush. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fire. Oh, the throw connects. Big throw. Getting it all on the drive rush. Oh, here we go. In attack range. Gets the tip with the low heavy. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Sees the overhead coming. The last round. It's now or never. What's that off? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. With super arts into play, it's really a punish counter on reaction. Explosive move like this is why you play Zangief. Buckle in. We're going for a ride. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect last super art incoming.
Floating like a butterfly, singing like a bee.
This might be a pivotal super art. What are they gonna do? Who are they swinging at? Reach out and hug them. The next touch may decide this round. Are you kidding me? Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. Scuffle. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Springs forward with the drive rush. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Spends the meter to throw on some massive damage. How will this impact things? Can't tech the throw? Alright, what's coming up next? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Gets the jump in. Not shy with the grab. Life lead opens up. This is the range where things get met. Springs forward with the drive rush. Pokes with a medium kick. One chance here may end this match. Drive rush to keep it going. Feeling out the spacing. His Shoryu engine gives them the business. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Closing moments of the match. What, the low heavy connected? Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Checking their reactions with a fireball? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The jump-in is denied. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 1 has a slight life lead. They're going for the super art? Uses the gauge for the super! They're not playing around here. Their will to win is really being being tested here. Target locked and scoop. No escaping that. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Round one.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The low heavy hits. Definitely shuts out the jumping. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Checks with a projectile. Next up, you can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Goes for the throw. Holds out with the block. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Player 2 chases them down. Knockdown. Grabs them. Just out of range for that throw. The low doesn't connect. They break things off to take a quick breather. Taking stock. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. The pressure is so intense. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Grabs and throws them away. Medium kick hits. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes.
Stay down.
Grabs and throws them away. The big bat springs forward with the drive rush. Knockout and from low heavy to jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Super hot, low heavy. The low. Great headbutt. The low's blocked. Looking for a hold. What a finish. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight!
Uses their drive gauge. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? The low kick hits. Max low heavy, but no go. Gotta be careful not to whip crowns them from above. Player 1 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. Will this super art do anything? Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough?
Let's go!
Are they dead? Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
I am the prize of the Shiranui.
Round one. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Trips him up. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. All right. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Punishes that ill-timed attack with a drive impact. Very bad choice there. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Opts for the throw. Knockdown. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. They are battling it out tooth and nail here, with no one having a clear advantage yet. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Springs forward with the drive rush. Knockdown. From up, looking to plant him with a pile driver. Player 1 can't afford to there's the drive impact that's going to KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two.
looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Lots of life to play with, and full SA meters. What will they do? Takes them all the way to the corner with that. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Jumps in. Looking for a chance. Breaks those shins. Double lariat, and now springs forward with the drive rush. There's the burnout.
Are you serious?
Connect all in with the rush. Crowns him from above. Dashes out the gate right there. Closes it out. Player 2 faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws out a projectile. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Oh! Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Handily escapes the throw. Parries the attack and opts for the throw. Trips him up. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Projectile to try and change the situation. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Nice double lariat. Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mai. Player 1 has the life advantage. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Knockdown and connects with medium kick. Both fighters planning something. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Life lead is there, but still springs forward with the drive rush. Attempts to break the betting it all on the drive rush. What'll happen here? Great job, drive rush to keep it going. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Are we going to see a comeback here? Throws out the forward rush. Doing some quick planning? Pack your bags. We're no escaping that. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Uses their drive gauge. Sneaks in above. The big bang to drive rush to keep it going. Still plenty of time left. Ooh, springs forward with the drive rush. Misses the grunt. All in with the rush. Makes the enemy shield and gets that buff. The attack continues. Player 2 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where will this super art do anything? Player 1 needs to use their drive low heavy. Looking for a hole. Oh, looks like mine's getting ready to go full anime. What now? Oh, Russian handshake. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible for Fireball at that range? Player 2 delivers the upset. That's one for the replays. We are here in the first round. Connects with the throw. Spending that drive gauge. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Takes a trip. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Does a good job of pushing back. Shoots off a fireball up close. Low heavy hits. Burnout triggered. Can't tech the throw. Player activates the super. In there. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Shows a medium kick, then does the math, shows their work, and busts off the drive pin. Goes for a projectile, springs forward with the drive rush. Still very early in the round. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Player 1 can't use any. Ooh, the opponent thought they had the high hand with that air attack, but they're about to get crushed. Smart play with the throw. What a reaction to go air to air. Knockdown and max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. The low. Headbutt. Are we fine? Turning it up to an 11. Gets the tips with the low heavy. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Great headbutt. Reversal. Both fighters look to gotta do better than that. You've gotta be mindful of the overhead deny. Throws him. Throws a beefy Kachosen. Jumps in. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Both sides getting ready. Links it. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Both fighters are down to have knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Looking for a hole. Low heavy. Brave headbutt. Oh, putting the cherry on top. They gotta dig down deep here. Breaking them shins with them. Are you kidding me? Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. Throws them. Both fighters are trying not to get rushed that off and keeps going. But they can't squander this punish counter chance. Strings goes for the super art. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Low kicks are a no-go. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming.
Stay down.
Where is their opening? Sees it coming and blocks it out. Life lead opens up. The kick hits! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Fires off in overdrive. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Drive rush to keep it going. Pokes with a medium kick. The big bang Kachosen comes out. Springs forward with the drive rush. Going in? The low heavy's blocked. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Not close enough for the throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Lighting up the skies with Kagura no Mai. Now, can they finish the job? Checks with a medium kick. Links it! That combo did deep. Oh, the throw connects. Knockdown and low heavy. The next touch made it. There's a drive impact. Oh man, this is a scary. That combo finishes it. Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Uses the parry. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Checks with a projectile. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Trips him up. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. All right. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Oh! The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punch counter. They gotta escape from the... And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Our fighters should be warmed up now. Oh! This is a real back and forth match for scenes. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Player 2 has the meter lead. Squeezes the gauge. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Both fighters are barely hanging in there, but someone's gotta act. They are one move away from the win. Jones with the fireball. The big banker comes drive in there. Player 2 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? The throw is tech. Who's going to start things off? Throws him. What's next? Springs forward with the drive rush. Throws a beefy Kachosen. Big, low, reaching heavy. Headbutt. Can't tech the throw? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Genius read. They return to center stage. Shoots off a fireball up close. The big bang Kachosen comes out. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. They were expecting that drive impact. Throws a beefy that springs forward with a drive rush. Hits him with a stop and block. It's a good spot to use the super. The super hits and this looks like it's gonna kill. There it is! They knew it'd be enough. Player 2 played with a lot of heart to pull off a tremendous win. Definitely one to watch. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Throws them down. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 2 has the life lead. Takes a trip. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Early round, they timed that just right to get the perfect pair. Dual gain controls the match in the early. Were they baiting them into that? Takes them all the way to the corner. Target locked and scoop. They both have full drive gauges to work with. Their spacing is does the math, shows their work, and busts out the drive pin. Knockdown, just goes for it at this range. Play it burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Both fighters brushes that off and keeps going. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Big time whip! The low! Amazing! Burnout activates. Baits out the low kick. This can lead to some big damage. Blocks the low kick.